Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, there was a rich man who was going to go on a journey. But before he went, he decided to entrust some money to his servants. To one servant, he lent $5,000, to another, $2,000, and yet another, $1,000. He then went on his journey. The servant who received the $5,000 immediately went to work and earned another $5,000. The servant who received the $2,000 also went to work and earned another $2,000. The servant who received the $1,000 went home and put his money somewhere safe under his mattress. When the rich man returned from the journey, he came back and he went to the servants to see how they made out. The first servant came forward and said, "You entrusted me with $5,000. I invested it, and I've earned you $5,000 more. Here's your money." The rich man said, "Well done. You were faithful with a little. You will receive more." The second servant also came forward with his $2,000 and presented the additional $2,000. The rich man gave him similar praise. The last servant came forward and he said, "I was scared. I didn't want to lose your money, so I put it in a safe spot. I put it under my mattress. Here's your money. It's safe." The rich man was angry, and he took the $1,000 from that servant and gave it to the one who had the most. He then said, "To those who have, more will be given, and they will have in abundance. But to those who do not have, even what they have will be taken." You may be familiar with this story. This is a paraphrase of Jesus' parable of the talents. Parables are used frequently in the Bible. They can be used to conceal or reveal a message. In this case, I'm going to reveal my interpretation of this parable when comparing it to money in today's world. Robert Kiyosaki, a famous investor and educator, classifies people into three categories when considering money: those who do not invest at all, those who invest not to lose, and those who invest to win. We'll take a closer look at each of these. Those who do not invest at all are like the servant who received the $1,000. They go to work, they do their job. They come home and they take that money and they stick it under their mattress or into some savings account for a rainy day. Change is something that they are scared of, and they do whatever they can to avoid it. It's the same thing every day. One way to describe these types of people's lives is mediocre. Those who invest not to lose are like the servant who received the $2,000. They go to work, they do their job, they come home, but they're a little bit more creative with their money. They invest in the market. They might invest in real estate. They might even like their job, and they go to work and they do their job, but they still consider it a job. They work for money, and they work with the anticipation that someday they will be able to retire and enjoy the good life. Little do they know that their pensions, if they even still have their pensions, their 401ks and their Social Security will probably not allow them to retire until they're very old. And even when they do retire, it is unlikely that they will be able to maintain their current standard of living. Those who invest to win are like the servant who received the $5,000. They go to work and they do their job, but they don't consider it a job. They don't work for money. They make money work for them. they are even more creative, and they really know how to improvise. The key difference here is that the investments that they make are not the traditional investments most people think of when they hear the word investments. The investments that these people do is investing in themselves. They focus on their education. They work to learn about their field, about their personal development, about their financial IQ. They view life as a challenge, and they recognize that there is opportunity around every corner just waiting to be found. So, the question is, what kind of servant are you? What kind of servant do you want to be? Remember the parable. The servant who hid his money under his mattress, he lost everything. The servant who was entrusted with the most and doubled his money received everything. Think about this. We all want to be the one entrusted with the most. So where do we start? You start by investing in yourself. When you go home tonight, before turning on that TV, why don't you pick up a book? On the way into work tomorrow, instead of listening to music like you do every day, listen to an audiobook. If you're not sure about which book to start with, ask me. I have plenty of suggestions I'd be happy to share with you. This is the first day of the rest of your life. Donald Trump lives by a principle that he must learn something new every day. Embrace that principle. Remember the parable of the talents and invest to win.